ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وأحسن الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم شر الأمور محدثاتها فإن كل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. الله أجرنا من النار. أما بعد, brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum. Today, Thursday, the 22nd of Ramadan, 1444 after Hijrah. Today, inshallah, we will continue with our tafsir. This mosque, blessed mosque, that is National University's Commission NUC. If you can recall, we have in Surah Al-Baqarah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned categorically that there is no person that will despise the millah, the way of Ibrahim, except the ignorant. And Allah has chosen Ibrahim in this world and also in the next world. Previously, Allah told us that He has tested Abraham, and He has passed all the tests. And now Allah is saying He has chosen him in this world and in the next. He also asked him to submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he has immediately, outrightly submitted to Allah. إذ قال له ربه أسلم قال أسلمت لرب العالمين. Not just himself, he also passed it as wasiyah that his offspring, his genealogy, his progeny must also believe in Allah and obey Allah outrightly. So we've started, listening to what Allah said.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ووصى بها إبراهيم بنيه ويعقوب بنيه إن الله اصطفى لكم فلا تموتن وأنتم مسلمون.
Now Allah said, وَوَصَّى بِهَا إِبْرَاهِيمُ. This monotheism, that worshiping Allah alone, without associating partners to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that, in the total submission to the will of Allah, that is the practice of Ibrahim. This practice, وَوَصَّى بِهَا إِبْرَاهِيمُ بَنِيهِ. Abraham made it a kind of will, a kind of promise that his offspring must also follow suit. They must worship Allah alone and do not associate any partners with Allah. Also show total submission. This is the practice. So it essence is saying that if you are a good Muslim, let's see that goodness transcends. Let's see in your children, your wife, not only you alone, but doing fasting and coming to the mosque to pray 5 times a day, while your children are there just playing TV games on their handsets, or watching films, not mind whether your wife has said Dhuhri prayer or Asr prayer or Maghrib prayer or Isha prayer. Some will not even wake their spouses up to say their Subhi prayer on time. It's wrong. See, follow the right path of the prophets. When they do good deed, they ask their children to copy suit. وَوَصَّى بِهَا إِبْرَاهِيمُ بَنِيهِ وَيَعْقُوبُ, and Yaqub also, that's the grandson of Abraham, also follow suit, copy from his parents, Ishaq, and also Ismail. They copy from their parents. They also follow suit. They are teaching their own children to worship only Allah alone and do not associate any partners with Him. They also taught them to do total submission. So you can see how it translates. وَجَعَلَهَا كَلِمَةً بَاقِيَةً فِي عَقِبِهِ. Abraham made sure that this monotheism, it continues throughout his lineage. His children and grandchildren, they all worship Allah alone without associating partners with Allah. That's how you are supposed to do. Show this concern. Make sure that your children worship only Allah. Make sure that they are good Muslims. Take them to mosques if they are male children. Take them to mosques. Take them to where you have admonitions. What? Just like this one. Don't go alone. Wake your wife up to say her prayer. Wake your husband up. Say Subhi prayer or Zuhri, Asri, Maghrib, Isha in congregation. Because men are ordained, are asked to pray in congregation. So don't miss the time. Inna salata kanat ala al-mu'minina kitaban mawquta. This prayer has been enjoined upon believers in stated time. Stated. Each prayer has its own stated time. It's not that you pray anytime you like. No. You pray Zuhr in this time, Asr in this time, Maghrib in this time, and Isha in this time. Not just any time you like, or when you feel free. It's not a matter of feeling free. Oh, I'm not free now, so I cannot pray Zuhr, I cannot pray Asr. Pray it later on. There's nothing like later on. If your death comes, it will not delay. If you say, okay, let's give him time to say Zuhr before you take his soul, it will never happen. So you have to attend to these prayers in their stated, appointed timings. And that's the practice of the pious predecessors. Look at Ibrahim, how he would train his children, and now his children are training their own children. وَيَقُوبُ يَا بَنِيَّ. He used to say to his own children, "Oh my children, inna Allah astafa lakum ad-din." Allah has selected the best deen, religion for you. Because Allah said in the Quran, اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا. Today I have completed my favor, your deen is complete, my favor is complete upon you, and I have accepted Islam to be your deen. So this is the deen that Allah has accepted. He said, وَمَنْ يَبْتَغِي غَيْرَ الْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا فَلَنْ يُقْبَلَ مِنْهُ وَهُوَ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ. Whoever worship Allah in any religion besides Islam, it will never be accepted, and in the day of judgment is going to be among the losers. So you see, Allah only accepts Islam. Anyone that dies practicing any other religion besides Islam is going to be a loser in the day of judgment. إِنَّ اللَّهَ اصْطَفَى لَكُمُ الدِّينَ فَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. Make sure that you do not die except that you are a Muslim. That's how they are training their children. To be a Muslim alone is not simple, it's not easy. To protect your faith, your iman, there are failures of varieties of thieves of Iman. So you need to protect your Iman. Make sure that you worship only Allah alone. The most common thing that steal your Iman, if as a woman, is going to magicians, sihr, those that do some kind of sihr and say, take this, do this, don't do that, when at the middle of the night do this and so on. These are thieves of Iman. Nothing will ever happen to you except by the will of Allah. قُلْ لَن يُصِيبَنَا إِلَّا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَنَا هُوَ مَوْلَانَا. You understand? And as for men, most of men want power, leadership. So they go, about doing things that are haram in Islam. Going to soothsayers, going to magicians, you understand? And even doing same-sex, sodomy, or what do you call it? Men, having, intimate relationship with men following men. Na'udhu billah. This is the practice of the people of Prophet Lot, alayhi salam. And Allah was angry with them. He destroyed, the city of Gomorrah. He destroyed that city. Why? Because they have done this heinous act, very sinful act. But today, you see our, brothers, even in Islam, doing these things for, they want power, they want leadership. Something that's very questionable. On the day of judgment, you're going to answer lots of series of questions because you are leaders. You're going to answer, on every citizen that is under you in the day of judgment. Notwithstanding, they still want this leadership. So they go all miles, anything, they do anything to attain to power. But this power is just of this world, and it's very of limited time. That in democracy you have just maximum of 8 years, and that's all. That's all. All the others will be history. History. So try to see that you keep your Iman intact. Don't allow anyone or anything to destroy your Iman. Worship Allah alone. However difficult situation can be, try to see that you do not associate Allah with any person. Worship only Allah. Show total submission to the will of Allah. That's one. Then, فَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. Make sure that you practice the Sharia of Islam. Yes, because after your kalimah to shahada, you are still required to do, some acts of ibadah. You have to pray 5 daily prayers in congregation as parents, and you have to do sawm, fasting, give zakah, go to Hajj, and then do other, activities of Islam. You have to show you are a Muslim, because Iman, faith, is something of the heart. So you need to practice what you believe to become a true Muslim. To become a true Muslim, we need to see you in the mosque to know that yes, you are a Muslim. Otherwise, we may just think that you are not a Muslim. وَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. Try to see that you are, yes, a practicing Muslim. Allah said, أَمْ كُنْتُمْ شُهَدَاءَ
إِذْ حَضَرَ يَعْقُوبَ الْمَوْتُ إِذْ قَالَ لِبَنِيهِ مَا تَعْبُدُونَ مِن بَعْدِي قَالُوا نَعْبُدُ إِلَٰهَكَ وَإِلَٰهَ آبَائِكَ إِبْرَاهِيمَ وَإِسْمَاعِيلَ وَإِسْحَاقَ إِلَٰهًا وَاحِدًا وَنَحْنُ لَهُ مُسْلِمُونَ. تِلْكَ أُمَّةٌ قَدْ خَلَتْ لها ما كسبت لها ما كسبت ولكم ما كسبتم ولا تسألون عما كانوا يعملون.
ما شاء الله. Allah said, "And kuntum shuhada." Were you there when إذ حضر يعقوب الموت? When death, arrived Yaqub, the grandson of Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he was on his deathbed, he called his children, come here. That's wasiya will. Ma ta'buduna min ba'di. He wants to confirm, to protect the faith he has, imbibed in them throughout his life, such that even after him, they will never apostate. Come here. Ma ta'buduna min ba'di. What are you going to worship after me? What are you going to worship? He didn't even say, Man ta'budu. Who are you going to? What are you going to worship? Let me hear from you. They all said, Na'budu ilaha. We're going to worship your Lord. Your Lord. You understand? So saying I'm going to worship your Lord is not wrong, because this guy is the prophet. So we all know his Lord is Allah. I hope it's clear. Yes, so saying I'm going to worship your Lord is still okay. But if your parents are not, on the straight path, you're not going to say I'm going to worship what you worship. Worship only Allah. Why Allah recorded this statement is because his Lord, that is the Lord of Yaqub, is Allah. So I'm going to worship your Lord is still the same thing as I'm going to worship Allah. Wa ilaha abaika is the same, as the Lord of your parents. Who are his parents? Ibrahim. You see, Ibrahim is his grandfather. So you can still call your grandfather your father. In Islam, there is no harm there, as long as you are not, trying to belittle your own biological father. There's no harm there. You say, my parents, and then you include your grandparents. They are still parents, only you have grand before the name parents. Allah said, قالوا نعبد إلهك وإله آبائك إبراهيم وإسماعيل. Now listen, Ismail is not, the father of Yaqub, but Ishaq is the father of Yaqub. And Abraham is the father of Ishaq and Ismail. They have, different mothers. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned that they said you're going to worship your Lord and your parents' Lord. That's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They mentioned the parents said Ismail and Ishaq. Ishaq is their own grandfather, the father of Yaqub. You understand? Ishaq Yaqub. So, but they mentioned the other from another mother. This is to show that as long as we have the same father, even if you have different parents, the other, mother's children are still your own parents. They are your parents. You call them uncles. Your uncles are parents. You understand? Your uncles are parents. They are your parents. And this shows that the family of the Jews and the Arabs are of the same family. Same Ibrahim gave birth to the Jews and the Arabs. Ishaq is, gave birth to the Jews, while Ismail gave birth to the Arabs. And they all have Ibrahim as their grandfather. So the present day Jews, that is when the Quran is that we are rejecting the Prophet Sallallahu message. They have no ground because Ismail is still their father. You understand? Because they refuse, they say, "How can they mean Indian Muslim?" Because all of the leadership, the mantle of prophethood and messengerhood was taken away from their grandfather, that is Ishaq's lineage, to Ismail's lineage now, given to the Prophet Muhammad as an Arab. So they refused Hasad bin Yaqub because they were jealous. So now, in essence, this statement is showing that they have no cause, no reason to be jealous because Ismail is also their father. So that mountain is still, within them, amongst them. In fact, they should not reject prophethood of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Is that clear? Well, Ishaq and also Ishaq. But Ishaq and Ismail are brothers. Not that Ismail gave birth to Ishaq. No. Abraham gave birth to Ismail and Ishaq. You understand? Yes. There is an Ilahan Wahidan. This is one single Lord that all our forefathers worship. This Lord Allah is the one we're going to worship even after you. Oh yeah. So don't have any fear of what you leave behind. We all, submit ourselves, our souls, our iman, 100% to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is Islam, total submission to the will of Allah. And Ibrahim gave this, deed of total submission to the will of Allah, the name Islam. Millat abikum Ibrahim, huwa sammakumul muslimin min qabl. This is the way of your grandfather Ibrahim. He is the one that even gave this deen, this religion, the name Islam. Recorded in the Quran. And towards the end of the ministry of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah said, وَرَضِيتُ لَكُمُ الْإِسْلَامَ دِينًا, and I accept this name, Islam, to be your own deen. So all the deen of the Prophet is called Islam by Ibrahim alayhi salam. So in essence, Prophet Muhammad is not bringing a new religion. So why reject him? He's your brother. He brought the same message. You understand? And then even affirming what you have in your books, there's no difference. And you worship only Allah and then follow the Prophet said to you. That's Islam. La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. That's Islam. If you are a follower of Musa during his time, you say La ilaha illallah, Musa Rasulullah. If you follow Isa during his time, you say La ilaha illallah, Isa Rasulullah. That's Islam. All the message brought by prophets is the same. One message. Worship Allah alone. Not just the way you like, but through the teachings of the prophet of that time. Every prophet has been sent to his community, but only the Prophet Muhammad was sent to the whole world. Whole world. May Allah help us. Then Allah said, Tilka ummatu. This is a community of Ibrahim believers. Means that, that is past. This is a community that has gone. Laha ma kasabat. Every good thing they do will be recorded, against their name, not us now. Then that's when Allah said, "Walakum ma kasabtum." You will only have the reward of what you do. Don't just say, because I believe in Allah, believe in alone. Yes, it has entered you into the fold of, Islam. But you have to do some deeds of work to earn the work to enter into Jannah. Hope it's clear. So don't just say, because I believe in Abraham, I believe in Ishaq, I believe in Ismail, and I believe in Yaqub, and all the prophets that follow suit. I believe in Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It's not just enough. You have to act, walk. Allah said to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, warn your close relatives. The Prophet ﷺ warned all of them and said, walk, do what will earn you the reward to enter into Jannah. On the day of judgment, I'm not going to assist or help any one of you. Don't just say because my brother or my uncle or even my father is a prophet, that alone will earn you Jannah ticket. No, you have to work. On the day of judgment, it's your own deeds, your work, what you do on earth, that will earn you enough reward to enter into Jannah. Your work. So if you have not done any work, don't blame anyone. فلا تلومن إلا نفسك. نسأل الله تعالى التوفيق والسداد. So this verse is saying, تلك أمة, these are a group of pious people of the past. قد لها ما كسبت, the good deeds they have done are recorded against their names. ولكم, now you that are listening to this beautiful story about Ibrahim and his children and grandchildren, وَلَكُمْ مَا كَسَبْتُمْ, you will have only what you have done good. Only. فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَهُ. However little good you do, you're going to earn your reward on the day of judgment. And the reverse also is the same. So you have to work, fast, give sadaqah, read Quran, do nawafil. Do you understand? Do qiyamul layl, especially now in Ramadan, what we call Taraweeh or Tahajjud. These are the last 10 days, the days that we want, Sharia says we should double or even triple our efforts. Do 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, even 10 times we have done in the first 20 days. Because these are the last 10 days, the best 10 days ever in the world. Although some scholars will debate on whether the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah are better than this last 10 days of Ramadan. Some will say, okay, as regards the days, the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah are better. As regards the nights, the last 10 nights of Ramadan are better. Because here you have Laylatul Qadr. So try to see that you have not missed any congregational Taraweeh or Tahajjud. For the hope that your name will be recorded, in the list of those that are, gotten the night of Laylatul Qadr. One single good deed that you do will be recorded as if you have done this for more than 83 months non-stop. One single. How about if you do 10 good deeds, 20 good deeds, many good deeds? All this will be recorded against your name as though you have spent more than 83 months doing that same good deed every day. Laylatul Qadr khayrun is even better, more khayrun min alf shahr. So these are the days that you do your best. Do more azkar, do more of Quran recitation, do more of sadaqah, do more of nawafil prayer, do more of azkar. Aisha, may Allah be more pleased with her, asked the Prophet, "Oh Prophet, if it happens that I'm lucky to get the Laylatul Qadr, what am I going to say?" He said, say, Allahumma innaka afuun tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anni. For Allah, you like to forgive and erase the sins or the bad deeds of humans, of humanity. Please erase my sins. Erasing sins is more than forgiving. Because if you erase, you are forgiven, and then you have deleted the record. But forgiving is that the record is there, but you will not be punished. Allah is forgiving you. You understand? And anyone that checks your file can see the sin you've committed. The angels may know, everyone may know. But deleting, there is afu. And afu means just to erase, to delete. Forget. Only Allah will know. Nobody will see it. Even angels cannot see that record in your file. So you see that this is one of the best dua you are to say, during Laylatul Qadr. And this Laylatul Qadr is the night of the old number days of the last 10 days. 21st, the night of the 21st, that is when you have done Azmi Saul of 20th. That night is the night of the 21st. Then the night of the 23rd, 25th, 27th, and the last night of Ramadan. That's the night of the 29th. That's the last night of Ramadan. You understand? So try to see that in all these nights, you do something tangible. That if at all it happens that this is the night of Laylatul Qadr, you have gotten something that will be very happy on the day of judgment. Scholars say the night starts immediately after the sun sets, during Maghrib. So all the good deeds you've done, praying in congregation, doing supplications, nawafil, giving sadaqah, calling people, and greeting, and so many other things are also part of good deeds. Are part of good deeds. Praying in congregation is also a good deed. You can see you have Maghrib and also Isha. All these are good deeds. When you pray in congregation, pray Maghrib in congregation, Isha in congregation, it will be recorded against your name as though you have spent more than 83 years non-stop without missing any congregation. Maghrib and Isha. This alone is a big thing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our ibadah. Finally, Allah said, وَلَا تُسْأَلُونَ عَمَّا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ. Do your own good deeds. Here on have gone, and you will never be asked what they did. Allah will never ask you, why did Ibrahim do this? Or why did Ishaq do this? Why did Ismail do this? Or why did Yaqub? Allah will never ask you about any one of them. They have done their good deeds and have gone. Now it's your turn to do good deeds. Do your good deeds. Allah will ask you only on what you've done. Only on what you've done. Believe in Allah and the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then do good deeds. Follow the steps of the Prophet. Whatever he asks you to do, do it according to your best ability. Then whatever he asks you to stop it immediately. Immediately. ما أمرتكم به فأتوا منه ما استطعتم وما نهيتكم عنه فاجتنبوه. Stop it. But doing the best you can, you do ما استطعتم according to your ability. You understand? So these are the things Allah will ask you on the day of judgment. These are the things, not somebody else's deeds. Your own deed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us and give us the ability to do exactly what Allah wants and will reward us. And may He give us the best reward on the day of judgment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept every act of ibadah we do and then reward us with Jannatul Firdaus. I think if you have a question, maybe or then one. Because we stop here, inshallah. Any question, please? We have 4 minutes. So in the absence of question, maybe I will say a word or two. One word or one, two. Let me talk on soul fasting. What are the things that initiates the fast? Breaks your fasting. When you eat or you drink intentionally during the daytime without any excuse, this one initiates the fasting. But if you forget anything you eat or drink forgetfully, Allah has forgiven you. Because the Prophet says, Man nasiya, anyone that forgets, فَأَكَلَ أَوْ شَرِبَ, then he has eaten or drank something, فَلْيُتِمَّ صَوْمَهُ, let him continue his fasting. Allah was about. If Allah has given him a bonus on his drink. Do you understand? This shows that you will never, repay this fast that you've forgotten and then have eaten something that day. But when you eat or drink intentionally, that fasting is properly vitiated. But are you going to repay that day or not is something debatable by scholars. Some will say, yes, just to punish you, you need to pay back that day and even do kafara 60 consecutive days also. But some will say, there's no evidence that shows that you're going to pay back that day and even do kafara. The only thing that you do a lot of istighfar, because definitely you've done something that Allah is going to punish you, because that was intentional. You did it as if you are saying, okay, Allah, you said I should not eat, but I'm going to eat whatever you want, you can do. So you are trying to provocate Allah. So there's no escape from punishment. The only thing is just do a lot of istighfar, cry in the night, seek for Allah's forgiveness. If Allah pities you, He can just say, okay, I forgive you. So you see, it's not a simple, act that you can just repay, do kafara, and then go free. No. Whoever breaks his fast intentionally, without any excuse, Allah is going to punish that person. So it's not that simple that say, okay, I'll do kafara, that's fine. Then I continue. No. That is one. And whoever, have, a sexual relationship with his spouse during the day of Ramadan has also broken his fasting. Because these three things were mentioned in Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, that these are the things that you do during the night when the sun sets before, the dawn breaks. But when you do these three things, any of these three things during the day, then you have spoiled your fasting. You understand? Somebody came to the Prophet and said, "Oh Prophet, he's doomed." Said the Prophet asked him, "What makes him doomed? Why are you saying you attend halakha? Doomed?" He said he has met his wife during the day of Ramadan. Prophet said, "Do you have a slave to free?" He said, "No." "Can you fast 60 days consecutively, 2 months consecutively?" He said, "No." Because he could not, refrain himself for just 30 days. How about 60 days? The Prophet said, "Can you feed 60 needy people?" He said, "No, I'm poor, wretched, you can see." When Sadaqah was brought to the Prophet ﷺ, that is enough to do this kafara, the Prophet called him and said, "Take this and do your kafara." He said, "But I've already said I'm wretched, poor. Who is poorer than me now that I'll give this Sadaqah?" The Prophet smiled. He said, "Go and feed your family." Okay. Human beings. You have made a serious mistake that the Prophet is trying to help you solve. Now you are just saying this food he has just given you, you want to use it for yourself and your family. So in this narration, there is one also variation that says you also repeat that day that you've broken the fast. So if you can do 2 months consecutively, then plus 1 day, that's the kafara for this. In essence, it shows that you have spoiled the fasting of that day. SubhanAllah. So you want to ask me a question? Although our time is up.
Let's ask for that. What is the describe that one of the things to catch
Okay, because of time, let me just use maybe 2 minutes. Please forgive us. as regards Laylatul Qadr, there are a lot of things that you can do, to gain, the reward of Laylatul Qadr. I've mentioned some. Even attending congregational prayer is part of it. Reading Quran, doing azkar, doing istighfar, saying this Allahumma innaka afuwwun tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anni. It's as simple as that. Even charity, set up. You understand? Nowadays, it's very easy. You can just use your phone, transfer, set up a lot of people. So there are very simple things that you can do, to earn that monetary reward. For those that cannot fast because of, their age or some other reasons, Quran has mentioned how they can, do their kafar. Feeding, you understand? Because some, are too aged that they cannot fast. Some have, a kind of illness that is very difficult to cure. They can also feel, needy and so on. When you have your illness, just a short-term illness, maybe just having a malaria, it's a serious one, there's time that you're going to get well. So for it to be after Salah, where you pay back the ones you missed. Allah knows best. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك.
وكيف الحال يا تلميذ جميع الحال في النعم.
جزاك الله أستاذي بدار الخلد ذا القمم.
بها أنهار من لبن وخمر ما لها سقم.